Hey you guys, so this video is for pretty much anyone. Anybody that this applies to, great. I don't know if this is, my baby's with me, so my daughter's in the back. But, yeah, like, I just really needed to vent, and I feel like this is pretty much one of the only outlets I have. But basically what happened was, I started a YouTube channel, and, I love tarot readings. I'm really into it. But I kind of want to not just do tarot readings with my YouTube channel. I really want to branch out more and just express myself with who I am and how I am. I don't know, just the person I am. I think this is a really healthy way to do it. But yeah, I just needed to get something off my chest because this really bothered the living shit out of me today. So I was working for a job at a store called Finish Line. Now, this store is attached to a store called Macy's. You probably all have heard of it. And it's a sneaker store. And the thing is, I worked for women's shoes in Macy's. And then recently, well, I worked for women's shoes in the past, about probably when I was pregnant, like a year ago. And I decided to work for the different company, thinking that my manager was, she seemed nice at first. But honestly, I really think that it was all just an act. This woman was definitely an energy vampire. And I don't know if you've heard of that term, but it's somebody that is very draining, very negative. They tend to want to talk only about themselves and never care what the other person has to say. If you have dealt with an energy vampire, or if your boss, or if you work with somebody, look, I tried to work with this woman, but she was probably one of the most difficult managers I have ever had to deal with. Basically, what has been happening is I have a child care provider. I'm a single mom, and I'm very protective of my kid. I don't really want to put her in a child care provider I don't really know that well. I trust my mom because that's my mom, and she's my child care provider. She's my trusted provider. That's the person I would want my kid with. I feel like that's with, and I don't judge parents that, that put their child in child care with somebody else. I don't judge. I'm just saying, for me personally, I trust my mom. So as this went on, my mom's hours, I have to work around her hours. That's just how it is. Now, at first, I thought I was going to be able to work full time. Yes, I told my manager that. But turns out I actually think I can only work part time with how my mom's hours are. Now, my manager became extremely difficult. Every time, well, it didn't start off that way. It started off with just, like she would talk. Her husband was disabled, so I had a lot of empathy for her. As an empath, I felt a lot of empathy for her. I felt for her situation. I did everything in my power to work the shifts she wanted me to work, even if it meant my mom getting really upset with me and really angry at me because she had to watch my daughter and take time out of her day to take care of my kid. Now, I worked an 8-hour shift and I worked a 5-hour shift. Now, to work the 8-hour shift, my mom was really frustrated with this because she had to cancel 2 appointments in order for me to work. Now, for this week, to help the woman out, because she had a really difficult situation with her husband and with her personal life, I was going to try and find a child care provider. I was going against what I wanted for my daughter, and At first, I was really, really upset. I was really angry with myself. I was angry. I was trying not to take it out on her, the manager, but I was going through so many mixed emotions. It just feels like this month of August has been one of the biggest tests of my life. Okay, so the story gets interesting, right? So, I'm sorry. If the story is mixed and jumbled, this is just a venting. I mean, look at me. I'm a freaking mess, you guys. but I'm coming to you guys because I know my subscribers, I know my people that come to my videos have kind souls, they have kind hearts, and you guys care about my well-being. I've learned that. So, yeah, so this week I was supposed to work 3 shifts, and I was supposed to work the night shifts, 4 to 8, So, it turns out this Thursday, I thought she only put me in for 3 days. But it turns out my mom, the way she wrote out the schedule was really confusing. And there was just a lot of miscommunication. But this woman kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to work Thursday. I could not find anybody to watch my kid. I mean, if you're a parent and you know that there's nobody that's going to be able to watch your kid to work, you can't go to work. There's nothing I can do. I'm a single parent. I'm trying my best here, But this woman was just not having it. So, after the 3rd time I said, look, even if the schedule did say that I was on speakerphone with my mother and you were there and my mom said 3 days, Monday, Friday, Saturday, not anywhere in that sentence did it say Thursday. Yes, there is a piece of paper that says she's available Thursday. That was a mistake. I don't know why she wrote it. She was confused on how she wrote the schedule. It was a very chaotic time for us. So, the woman kept pushing me. So, while she's texting me all this, these are all through text, I'm at the doctor's because, I'm still working for this woman. I'm still coming into my 3 shifts on time, still there, still committed, sick as a dog. Remember, I'm sick, so I had a really bad cold. Now, I didn't know necessarily what the symptoms were and what kind of cold I had at the time because I was still wanting to come in and support this woman. Remember, she's an energy vampire. She only cares about her own needs and herself. She doesn't care about anyone but herself, is what I'm getting from. This is as I get to know this woman. This woman went from 0 to 100, like I'm trying to tell you guys. So as I'm texting her, I'm in the doctor's office. They run a test on my throat because it's like red. And remember, I have a daughter that's only 11 months old. So I have to make sure that she's okay and that I don't infect her with anything. So she tries to tell me, look, you can either come in on she just wants me to come in on Thursday. She's just not hearing it. And so then the doctor comes back with the result and she says, oh, you have ammonia. You need to take these antibiotics, which I just already took the first one for the first day. You need to drink honey and tea. You need to rest. You cannot come into work. She said you could infect people, and not only that, you could infect your daughter if you don't start resting and taking the antibiotics and just sit down. Like, she wanted me to lie down. She said, stop thinking about work. Stop texting your boss. Listen to me. You need to rest. This is ammonia, and you have to think about your kid. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you get your kid sick. So that's when everything that my manager said went out in my head. I was like, listen, lady, I just got a doctor's note. And I sent her a picture of the note. I said, I can't come in until Friday now because I have ammonia. See, the thing is, if I had gone to the doctor Monday, which I was already feeling sick as a dog, I still showed up to work and came to work for her. My thing is, like, I can't even breathe. I'm like so hot because like this is how much I'm like sick and feel like nauseous. And I'm in my car right now because I'm trying to vent about it. But listen, so then she tries to tell me, oh, well, it's no call, no show. What the hell do you mean, lady? It's no call, no show. Are you kidding me? I have a doctor's note. What else and what proof do I need to show you that shows I can't come into work? She was just she was being so difficult, you guys. This woman did not give a fuck. I'm sorry, language. This woman did not give a crap. She really just didn't. Like, it's one of those things where, like, there's no explaining it to her. She doesn't care. She had an appointment. She only has, okay, here's another thing you need to know. The only people that are working there are 3 people. Me, a guy in stock, and her. She told me nobody wanted to work there. She could not hire anybody. Now, I should have taken that as a red flag, but, I felt bad for the woman. She had been struggling to get somebody to work there for months. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, I worked for the company, not the same company, but the same store. And she was always struggling to find people. It was always the same people that were working there. And so my thing is, it's like, I guess I just didn't follow the signs, but I with my empathic soul, I wanted to help the woman out. I feel like any kind person would do that. So then she says to me, listen, obviously you're not a dependent person and you should bring in your shirts and just not bother coming. I said, oh, that's how she wants to play it? Listen, this lady's got 3 people working. She's barely holding on to one. I was a dependable person. I came to 3 shifts on time, never late, finished my training in 2 days, did everything for this woman, fought against my family, almost fought against, my mom trying to get a different child care provider. I did everything for this woman, and nothing pleased this lady. She was never happy. Not only that, when customers came in there, she was always mean to them. Like, she was always, not yelling, but the way she talked to them and her tone of voice, she, scared customers away. It's like you couldn't win with this lady, no matter what you did. So, I guess my message is, I texted her back, listen, lady, I quit. Obviously, you're never happy, and, I said, listen, I quit. I said, obviously, everybody was right. You're extremely difficult to work with, and I can't get through to you. I have a doctor's note. There's no reason I should be a no-call, no-show. And I stood my ground. So my message is to you people out there, if you're in an unhappy job, if your manager treats you like shit, and if your manager, and you do everything for this person, and this person is just a draining person, there's nothing you can do, quit your fucking job. I'm sorry, language. Quit your job, okay? Because you deserve to be treated with respect, and if you're doing everything in your power to come to work on time, be there, have your uniform, do everything that you're supposed to be doing, and you've done nothing wrong, you do not have to stay in that job. And you know your worth, and you know that you can find another job and another place that's going to accept you and accept the hours that you can work. I was trying to work hours that this woman wanted me to work around her schedule. Her schedule. So, I learned my lesson. I still got a paycheck at this end of this week coming. So, I'm good. What's crazy is I had another job interview. A person wanted to interview me. That was part-time. So, that's the universe telling me, move on. It's time to move on. And this happened yesterday. So it was like a warning that, my angels are with me, your spirit guides are with you, whatever. So I'm sorry I had to get that out. There was no other way around it. If this message applied to you, I hope you take that into account.